I'll tell you when I realized that I had been given a shut up ring, and it's probably not what you expect. I realized the first few weeks of our marriage.
Hey besties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Kindly subscribe to this channel. So in today's video, I'll be sharing videos of ladies who were given the shut up rings. Okay, so I've put the videos together so that you watch and learn from them, and I'll be back to share my true sense. So let's get into it.
I'll tell you when I realized that I had been given a shut up ring, and it's probably not what you expect. I realized the first few weeks of our marriage. Like literally right as soon as we settled in together, settled into married life, I realized we had made the wrong choice. Because I'd spent so much of our relationship wondering where it was going, because we had this like long impending long distance with no end in sight. I wanted commitment. I wanted to know that there was an end to this and that there was going to be commitment at the end of the road. And that's what I thought that I needed. So that held me through, the engagement, the proposal is what kept me thinking the relationship, it's going to be better when. It's going to be better when we move and we live in the same place. It's going to be better when we're married. And lo and behold, after the wedding, when the dust settled from all the wedding bliss, nothing was better and I wasn't any happier. And that was a huge learning moment for me, because that's when I really realized that whole, you can't control other people, you can't change other people, you can't force someone to be the person that you need them to be. And I guess for a long time I thought I had accomplished that, because I had convinced him to marry me and I had convinced him to put an end to the long distance. But yeah, as soon as the dust settled, I realized that the ring, the proposal, the marriage, the wedding, none of that changed anything. We still had all the exact same problems that we had before. It took about 2 years for us to kind of live with it and for our marriage to fall apart. And towards the end, trying to salvage it, that's when I feel like all the shut up moves started happening, when I was saying, I'm really unhappy. I'm thinking about maybe potentially getting a divorce. Let's maybe separate for a while and get some time apart. And that's when, I needed to tell me I'm pretty. That happened for about a week. I needed to buy me flowers. It probably happened once or twice. Or I needed to go to therapy. We talked about it, but it never actually ended up happening. Then towards the end, I was just so exhausted with everything. I was so exhausted that, I wasn't really as convinced by the shut up moves as I had been previously. And that's when I started really paying attention to his actions. I didn't care that I got flowers one time. I needed to see if it was going to become a regular thing, or I needed to see if I was being complimented or being showed affection or being told that I was loved. And I just realized it was done a few times and then it just got completely forgotten about because things were better. When I realized those things were never actually going to stick and they were never actually going to stay around, that's when I decided that I was done. Anyways, I'm Monica. I share my mistakes in life and love so you don't have to make the same ones. Okay.
And I have been together for 15 whole years. I waited for the ring for about 12 years. So it's more on him than me. Whatever. I waited.
12 years? You waited 12 years for a shut-up ring? Oh, well, what's a shut-up ring? Oh, that's when it's been so long that a woman begs a man for a ring and to propose with it, and he gets tired of hearing it, so he does it just so she'll stop talking about it. Wow, that's awful. 12 years. And you've been with him for 15. So he proposed and then you waited 3 years? Now, don't get me wrong. Waiting 3 years to have a wedding, I have no problem with that, because a lot of people, if you want a more extravagant wedding, it takes time to save up money. There's no issue there. But waiting 12 years to propose? Men know. Men know within the first year whether they want to spend the rest of their life with that woman or not. That man strung her along for 12 years and realized he's not going to get anything better, so then he proposed to her with a shut-up ring. There's so much resentment in this video. They look like they hate each other. Girl, why are you marrying him? Dress is beautiful, though. She's very beautiful. She deserves so much more than a shut-up ring.
Ladies, I need to talk to you expeditiously right now. My friend just tagged me in this video, and I just came across this post, this creator, I think I've seen her stuff before, who basically said, what would you do if you were with a man for 8 years? And this was the ring he proposed with. All hell would break loose. Before I even dive into this video, I need you to hear me expeditiously. It does not take a man that long to know that he wants to be with you, let alone give you a ring like this. And again, I'm not saying men has to drop hundreds of thousands of dollars, but baby, you can get a beautiful ring for $50 that looks like more than this. I'm just going to speed it up just a hair for the purpose of this video.
If your boyfriend of 8 years, 8
years, proposed to you with this ring right here. This one. Keep in mind that this is after he told you that, hey, let's wait until I get into my trust fund. That way I can get you the ring that you truly deserve. And before you respond, let me give you some additional details to consider. Let's start with the trust fund, which has a little less than $10 million in it, which was left to him by his late grandfather. So it's like money and assets. You're 33 and he's 35. Like, you also took this man back after he cheated on you twice. Nah, you doing now? And needed to be included, man. You followed this man to 2 different states where you all are living together. You quit your job, and y'all was living off of your savings for 2 years because he got into an accident because he was under the influence and needed full-time care. After all that, like, you were the one who kind of got him ready, got him his resume refreshed and all that good stuff so that he can get back into the workforce. When he finally got something, because my guy does have his master's, which you also paid half on after working 2 jobs to be able to contribute to his master's degree, you also had to drive him to work for 2 years. This is after 2 years after you were already taking care of him. You have to drive him to work for 2 years because his license was suspended after that DUI. And even after getting access to his trust, he still expects y'all to go 50-50. Mind you, if y'all remember, she was paying all the bills for only like maybe 3.5, 4 years. Now he's like, oh, you know, I'm ready to contribute. I got a little money. Like, let's go 50-50. But it's like, I was paying the bills this entire time. Man, you know, it's not my situation. I digress. And after all of that, that is the ring that he decides to propose to you with. And when I think back to like what he had said, I'm waiting to get in my trust so that I can get you the ring that you deserve. Like, what does that tell you?
That part.
Between the duration of time, the 8 years, the cheating, the paying all the bills, the DUI. Kenny, you should have been cut him. Because he's told you through his actions how he actually feels about you. But that's just my 2 cents. Because in my opinion, it doesn't take nobody, 8 years to know that, oh my God, like, this is the person.
The way I ran to make this video, because I need to tell you, ladies, expeditiously, I pray to God, whatever you believe in, that this kind of love never, ever, ever finds you in your life. I pray this love never, ever finds you. This woman should have picked up her crown a long time ago and left his dusty ass at the door, because what do you mean you have a trust fund? You're saving for the ring for me, and that's what you show up with after 8 years, after I go and do all of this for you, and that's how you show me? And listen, again, I'm not saying men have to go out and drop thousands of dollars. There are gorgeous rings you can get that show that you put care and effort, that show that this is the woman I really want to be with. And this showed like you went to Walmart and went to a gumball machine and brought that ring out. That's what that was. That's a shut up ring if I ever saw one. Again, I'm going to reiterate this. It does not take a man over the age of 28, because I like to put a disclaimer, when you're younger, take longer, over the age of 28 plus to know any longer than 2 to 3 years that you were the person. Most of them immediately know within months if you were the one, and they're never going to wait any longer than 2 to 3 years to put a ring on your finger unless you have a conversation as to why you're waiting for something specific. Men know, and anyone that's like, oh, they don't know, they're lying to you. Absolutely. Men know exactly what they want. And when you are someone they want to be with, baby, they will sweep you up so fast. They will never make you beg for a ring. They'll put a ring on your finger if that's what you want, because I know not everybody wants that. They will put it on your finger in a reasonable amount of time. You will never be questioning. You will never be bending over backwards, doing all this stuff, quitting your job, moving states, all this, providing, and then him to turn around from his trust fund to say, oh, okay, I'll do 50-50. Baby, the way she gave him way too many chances. Please know, ladies, please know. This is why I keep making these videos, that you deserve better than this, and men know. Men, pick your crown up off the floor. Pick your crown up off the floor. Ladies, if you ever find yourself in a situation where men are making you do all this bending over backwards, jumping over excuses, that is not the right relationship for you. There are men out there that may not have a lot of money that will give you the world. They will bend over backwards. They will always try to find a way to do things because they love you that much and they care about you. And then there are men like this who have all the money and are going to make you jump leaps and bounds and all this to just do stuff. That goes to show he does not actually care about you. This was a shut up ring. This was a shut up ring because you'd been together for so long and you'd already done so much. I'm trying to save you the shut up ring, and I'm trying to help you be in the relationship that you deserve, because you deserve to be in a wonderful, fulfilling relationship, and not a relationship like this where the man literally spits in your face by giving you this ring. Anyways, love you guys. Stay hopeful. Don't settle for trash.
So that's a video, guys. So I just want to share with you my 2 cents, like what I think about today's video, okay? Because I know a lot of us are wondering, why do men give up shut up rings, okay? So it's very confusing, and sometimes people don't really understand why these things happened, okay? So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my relationship advice. So first, let's define the shut up ring. This term refers to a situation where a man gives his partner an engagement ring, not because he's truly ready for marriage, but he has way to keep her happy or quiet, especially if she's been hitting or outright asking about commitment. It meant to pause the relationship clock without necessarily moving things forward. If you ever felt like an engagement didn't come with genuine intentions, you might be able to relate why men give shut up rings. Now let's talk about why some men give these shut up rings. The reason can vary, but there are few common motivations. Fear of losing the relationship. Some men feel pressure to propose because they fear losing their partner. They know she wants marriage and they worry that if they don't make gesture, she might walk away. Avoid constant conflict. If a woman is constantly asking about the future or if marriage has been a source of tension, the ring can feel like an easy solution to end the conflict for the moment. Social and family pressure. Society can be demanding and so can family. Some men feel the weight of expecting, and instead of risking disappointment, they decide to propose even if they are not fully invested. And suddenly, or self doubt often, the man might actually want to be committed but lacks confidence or has resolved doubts. The ring becomes a way to satisfy the commitment without tackling those deeper issues. And now let's address how receiving a shut up ring can impact women. The engagement ring should ideally symbolize genuine commitment, right? When a man gives a ring with mixed feelings, motives, the woman often sense it eventually. It can lead to feeling of disappointment, confusion, and even insecurity. That question of is he really committed? Can he linger and start affecting her self-esteem or trust? Okay, so signs that you're giving a shut up ring. There is no talk about wedding plans. You propose, but there's zero talk of dates, venue, or planning. Every time you bring it up, he either avoids the topic or tells you to take it slow. He avoids emotional conversations. When you try to talk about the future, he seems distant or vague. He tells not to put in the emotional investment you would expect. It was on the blue proposal. If it pops the question in a surprising way, right after an argument or when you were on the verge of breakup, it might be a way of smoothing things over. Things lead to no change in commitment. The proposal has not actually changed anything. It still acts the same, has the same reservations and receptions, and also the long-term reality of shuttering. Now, what happens if you go through with it, hoping things will change? Unfortunately, for many women, a shuttering can lead to long-term frustrations. If you propose without genuine intentions, the issue don't magically disappear. They're likely to surface even when more after marriage, leading to deeper changes down the line. How to approach a situation. So, what can you do if you suspect it's happening to you? Have an honest conversation. This is a time to be vulnerable and direct. Ask him how he really feels about marriage and when he sees your future. Look for constant actions, not just words. Commitment is just about a ring. It's not just about ring. It's about consistent action, how he shows up for you, support you, and actively participate in your future together. Consider counseling sometimes. Having a natural third party can help both of you navigate these feelings. Couples therapy or relationship counseling can bring to clarity. Trust your intuitions. If something feels off, don't ignore it. Our instincts are often spot on, self wavy and moving forward. Finally, it's a crucial to remember you're worthy. You deserve a partner who's fully committed and invested in building a future with you. Don't settle for a shut up ring or anything less. Genuine commitment. Take time for self reflection and set your standards high. So that's yeah. So I've come across a lot of women who've been given shut up rings. Like there's a couple which this couple dated for good 10 years and there was no intention. Like this one was just dating this woman. When the woman asked about marriage, this man would give excuses. No, we are going to marry at ourselves later. Until years were going. After 10 years, this is when this man decided to marry this lady. Imagine. Okay, so that was a shut up ring because he had no genuine interest. Who dates over that 10 years? Because that's like just marriage. So they did 10 years and later, after 2 years, this is when they get married. So meaning they were in a relationship for good 12 years. So he proposed on the in 10 years. Okay, so I think that's a long time for me. If you're looking for a partner, I feel like 6 months, 1 year is okay to know someone. It shouldn't exceed that, especially those who are doing online dating. It shouldn't go more than some time for you to plan, just get to meet, or maybe to come together, like to see each other. Maybe one should fly to another country. You should want to do that, okay? So if you sense that you are given a shut up ring, you need to confront that person immediately. Okay, you have all the rights. Don't even be scared. No, this man is going to leave me. I can't confront him. Please, just confront him because you need your answers. You can't date someone for so long and just they decide. And then in this video, we've seen that another woman was given a small ring. Okay, after dating for good years together, and this man gets a ring for $10. I know price doesn't matter, but at least a ring um should be the price of someone, how they value you. Okay, even if it's cheap, but it should look nice. Okay, don't just get something which is going to hurt my feelings, or you're going to tell me that this is a shattered ring. So those are the really. So if you come across signs, don't ignore. Okay, don't ignore. If someone just propose when you start a fight, they try to propose to you, or maybe when you tell them that this relationship is over, this is when they come with a ring to propose. They don't love you, they're just coming to keep you. Okay, and you know, as women will think that, oh, because he has given me a ring, meaning this man loves me. Okay, someone will give you a ring, they need to have pure intentions. Okay, they can't just give you a ring, someone is not even talking about it when you guys are going to see your family. Someone is not even talking about it when you guys are going to get married. It's just a ring on your finger. Okay, at least after ring you need to have plans. When are we getting married? You know, such things. I think we shouldn't be ignoring red flags, because these are just red flags. When you say something, someone is trying to be over controlling, those are all red flags. You're trying to work, someone is saying no, these are red flags. Okay, so we shouldn't learn to um mm, we shouldn't learn to ignore red flags in relationship, because when you talk about marriage, those are given short up rings. Marriage is a commitment. Okay, and of course I've come across some women who got married, and their husband, they just married them because they spent a lot of time together. It's like someone is just marrying you out of pity, and they can just feel good about it. Okay, yeah. So I don't know, you guys, I don't know what you think about this video. Shut up rings, were you given a shut up ring to uh were you given a shut up ring, and how did you handle the situation? Did you approach the person who gave you the shut up ring, or maybe you feel now that you are giving a shut up ring? Kindly leave the comments, guys. Also comment why you give women some shut up rings. It will be great conversation in the comment section, guys. Yeah, so thank you. I don't take your time for granted. Thank you so much for everyone coming to support the channel. Okay, I'll see you in my next episode. All I can say for now is bye bye.